True character is not built in the spotlight. It's forged in the quiet moments when the only person you have to answer to is yourself. Think about it. What you do when no one is watching, when there's no audience to impress, no boss to please, and no social media to update, that is who you truly are. It's in these solitary hours that we define our integrity, our commitment, and our ultimate trajectory. Most of the world runs on external validation. People show up to work because they have a manager. They meet deadlines to avoid consequences. They go to the gym in January because everyone else is. This is discipline driven by pressure from the outside. It's effective, but it's fragile. The moment the external pressure disappears, so does the action. The manager goes on vacation and suddenly, productivity dips. The New Year's resolution fades by February, and the gym becomes a ghost town. This reliance on an audience means your growth is conditional. It depends on others. But high performers, the people who achieve sustained excellence, operate on a different frequency. Their discipline comes from within. They have an internal standard, a personal code of conduct that is non-negotiable. They don't need a boss looking over their shoulder because they are their own toughest critic. They don't need a crowd cheering them on because their motivation is intrinsic. They are competing against their own potential, striving to be a better version of themselves than they were yesterday. This internal drive is what separates the good from the truly great. It's the difference between a fleeting success and a lasting legacy. It's the engine that powers you when no one else is around to give you a push. It's about showing up for yourself, first and foremost. Now let's be honest. This path of private discipline often feels invisible and unrewarded. You wake up early to work on your craft while the world sleeps. You put in the extra hour of practice when you could be relaxing. You choose the healthier meal when no one is there to judge your choices. In these moments, there's no immediate applause. No one pats you on the back. There are no likes, no comments, no shares. It can feel like you're shouting into a void. It's just you and the work. This is the part of the journey where most people quit. They mistake the lack of external validation for a lack of progress. They think, what's the point if nobody sees it? But here's the secret they miss. This silent, consistent effort is precisely where your advantage is being built. Every single unseen action is a brick you lay in the foundation of your future success. While others are waiting for motivation or recognition, you are building momentum. This quiet consistency is your competitive edge. It's the compound interest of self-discipline. Each small, unnoticed act of commitment adds up over time, creating a gap between you and everyone else that eventually becomes insurmountable. The world only sees the final result, the overnight success, the incredible skill, the amazing achievement. But you know the truth. It wasn't overnight. It was built day by day in the quiet, in the dark, when no one was watching. This brings us to a powerful psychological concept: identity reinforcement. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. When you choose to write 500 words before checking your phone, you're not just writing, you are casting a vote for being a writer. When you complete your workout even though you're tired, you're not just exercising. You are casting a vote for being a disciplined person. These small private wins might seem insignificant on their own, but they are profoundly important. They are actively shaping your identity. You start to see yourself not as someone who is trying to be disciplined, but as someone who is disciplined. This shift in identity is the ultimate key to behavioral change. Once you truly believe you are a certain type of person, your behaviors will naturally align with that belief. It's no longer a struggle to do the right thing. It becomes a natural expression of who you are. You don't have to force yourself to be consistent anymore, because consistency is part of your identity. Your internal standard becomes your default setting. You act in accordance with your new self-image, not out of willpower, but out of integrity. You do it because that's just who you are now. This is the self-reinforcing loop of high performance. Your actions build your identity, and your identity drives your actions. One of the hardest truths about discipline is that the results almost always lag behind the effort. You can work for weeks, months, or even years without seeing the tangible outcome you desire. You put in the hours, you make the sacrifices, you stay consistent, and yet the finish line seems just as far away. This delay between cause and effect is a critical test of your commitment. It's designed to weed out those who are only in it for the quick reward. Our culture preaches instant gratification, but real, meaningful success is almost always a delayed return on investment. But here is the promise you must hold on to. The results will arrive. They may not come on your schedule, but they will come. The harvest is guaranteed if you continue to sow the seeds. Think of it like a bamboo tree. For the first few years, you water it and care for it, and nothing appears to happen above the surface. It's all underground work, building a complex root system. Then suddenly, in a matter of weeks, it shoots up dozens of feet into the air. Was the growth sudden? No. It was the result of years of silent, unseen preparation. Your journey is the same. The long, quiet periods of what feels like stagnation are actually you building your root system. And when your moment comes, you will rise, and people will wonder how you did it so quickly. They won't see the years you spent in the dark, watering the ground. Ultimately, the goal is to cultivate a quiet standard. It's a level of excellence that is independent of any external factors. It's the discipline that needs no audience, no applause, and no recognition to function. This is your personal code, your unwavering commitment to your own growth. When your desire to honor your own standards becomes stronger than your desire for public praise, you have achieved something truly powerful. You have become the master of your own world, the architect of your own character. This is the discipline of doing things when no one is watching. It isn't glamorous, it isn't always exciting, but it is the most honest and potent form of self-respect. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you showed up for yourself, even when no one else was there to see it. That is the foundation upon which all great things are built. So ask yourself today, who are you when no one is watching? Because that person is determining who you will become. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing for more reflections on discipline and personal growth.